The Golden State Warriors are relishing their NBA championship, but reality set in this offseason. Even though the Dubs would like to retain most of the players, some may be let go due to budgetary restrictions. Kevon Looney is one player who is hanging in the balance. Looney will be one of the many intriguing free agents, with numerous clubs intrigued by the 6'9" cager. Let's see what's in store. First up, these were the teams trying to score Kevon: the Sacramento Kings. Mike Brown is on his way to the Kings, and there's no reason they shouldn't attempt to bring in Looney. Perhaps fewer people in the NBA understand the high-level effect a guy like Looney can bring than Brown. The Kings have more cap room than the Warriors and should be able to bring in Looney. He'd be a good fit beside 6'11" forward Domantas Sabonis. De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell would both benefit from what Looney might provide. Given that Sacramento similarly struggled with size last season and was yet to develop a winning mentality, acquiring Brown and Looney makes sense. In terms of rebounds per game, the Kings were rated 26th. That's an issue, especially since they were 20th in shooting accuracy. Washington Wizards. A guy like Looney may help the Wizards. For starters, they have high-level scores similar to the Warriors. When it comes to putting the ball in the basket, with Looney as a more prominent role player, he could feed off Beal and help stretch the court for the star guard. The Wizards were 23rd in rebounds per game and 28th in offensive boards, so they might benefit from a guy that constantly smashes the glass. In just 21.1 minutes of action, Looney averaged 2.5 offensive boards per game. Signing the 6'9" center won't turn them into a finals contender, but we may help them go past the first round for the first time since 2017. The Dallas Mavericks. The present opponent of the Dubs should be interested in Looney as well. If there is one flaw in Dallas, it is the lack of a big guy who is also capable on the glass. Dwight Powell isn't the solution, and although they have a size-in 7'4" center, Boban Marjanovic, the big man just can't keep up on the defensive end of the floor. He'll be switched on Curry and abused, which is one of the reasons Looney was handed one of the loan contracts for more than the veteran's minimum. Someone else will likely offer him a better deal, and Dallas has the need. Despite their fast pace, they finished the regular season ranked 24th in both offensive and total rebounds. They also ranked 15th out of 16 teams in total rebounding during the playoffs. Seriously, it's time we all give him a well-deserved bouquet. Every squad needs at least one player who operates on the fringes and accomplishes everything on the sidelines. Kevon Looney is yet to get all the roses he deserves. His abilities pale compared to those of his more recognized and celebrated teammates. He has a two-time MVP in Stephen Curry and another all-star in Klay Thompson on his side. Draymond Green is a strong defensive player as well as an offensive playmaker. Most crucially, the situation of James Wiseman, generally projected to eventually replace Looney as the Warriors' #1 center, has received greater attention this season. It's hardly surprising that Looney doesn't get enough attention when seen through the prism of raw numbers. His 6.2 points per game are on pace to surpass his career's second highest average. He's averaging 7.2 rebounds per game, which is a career best. His 1.6 assists per game are also on pace to become his career high. Perhaps the essential component determining a role player's success on the Warriors is his ability to play off of Curry. Shooters are a given. Their space allows Curry to operate quickly, while Curry's gravity gives them the necessary breathing room to practice their shots. Of the 174 players who've played this season and played an average of at least 20 minutes in each game, he's generated plenty of screen assists and points in screen assists. Thankfully, the Warriors have been smart enough to recognize his worth. Looney appeared in every game for the Dubs this season. He surpassed expectations and provided the Warriors a strong presence when no one else on the team was available. Without Looney, Golden State would not be celebrating its 4th title in 8 seasons. According to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, the Golden State Warriors agreed to deals with center Kevon Looney and guard Donte DiVincenzo on Friday, day 2 of free agency. According to Wojnarowski, Looney has agreed to a 3-year, $25.5 million contract extension with the Warriors. According to reports, DiVincenzo's contract is for 2 years and $9.3 million, with a player option in the second year. Looney, 26, is coming off of a breakout session with the Warriors, who chose him in the first round in 2015. Looney was an Iron Man after an injury-plagued career, appearing in all 82 regular season games and all 22 postseason games. More importantly, Looney demonstrated that he is the type of center who can succeed in the Warriors system, whether he starts or comes off the bench. Looney established himself as an outstanding rebounder last season, particularly in the playoffs, a skill set that Golden State needed. Looney collected a career-high 22 rebounds in a career-high 35 minutes against the Memphis Grizzlies in the conference playoffs. As the main defender in the game, 2 of the Western Conference Finals against the Dallas Mavericks, Looney scored 21 points, grabbed 12 rebounds and kept the Mavericks to 1 of 11 shooting from the floor. Retaining Looney, who averaged a career-high 7.3 rebounds in the regular season, was a major goal for the Warriors entering free agency. Still, the departures of Gary Payton II, Otto Porter Jr., and Juan Toscano Anderson made it even more critical. Bringing back Looney assures the Warriors a strong presence and helps Golden State gradually get back James Wiseman from a right knee injury. Now, in other news, hold up! We'll tell you how Looney transformed his body to play as a pro. Warriors assistant coach Mike Brown called Looney's discipline incredible. Looney dug deep into a problem that contributed to his injury-plagued season 2 years ago. Then Looney faced gut irritation, which caused him pain even when he ate nutritious things. He acknowledged experiencing these difficulties earlier in his career, but the condition exacerbated considerably in 2019-20 as he fought constipation and nausea regularly. This motivated Looney to collaborate with the Warriors' training staff and David Allen, a clinical nutritionist in Woodland Hills, California, to discover more about what was causing him digestive troubles. Looney became a pescatarian and routinely drank what Allen called a detox drink, which contained vegan-based protein and was designed to reduce inflammation while strengthening Looney's liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. Now, that is the sort of discipline which left both Allen and his fans in absolute awe. Surprisingly, Joe Lacob can be thanked for the stars staying with the Warriors. Warriors owner Joe Lacob couldn't bring back every fan favorite, but Kevon Looney was one such player he couldn't say goodbye to. Lacob discussed the necessity of bringing back Golden State's Iron Man on The Athletic's The TK Show. He stated that Kevon was one of their own and that they felt compelled to bring him back. First and foremost, he performed an excellent job. Second, he's been with them for around 7 years. He's also one of the league's longest tenured players. Individuals don't remain in the clubs for this long. After playing in every regular season game this past season, the big man was dubbed the team's Iron Man. His worth surged after posting single-game career highs in points and rebounds during the NBA playoffs, garnering him MVP shouts. Lastly, maybe Kevon owes all his thanks to his dad, Doug. His son's popularity has risen in recent weeks to the point that, during the playoffs, home fans at Chase Center began yelling, "Loon!" in unison wherever he was introduced or muscled up for one of his rough rebounds. He admits the first time his wife and he heard the chants, they thought his son was being booed, but quickly picked up on the fans' love. Doug attends all home games and watches all away games. He keeps track of the statistics. If he's at the arena, he'll be checking the scoreboard. If he isn't, he'll be looking at the scoreboard. He's focused mainly on one category. Doug was a combo forward who could also play guard. He attended Schreiner University, located in Kerrville, Texas, just outside San Antonio. Doug never played professionally. Following his playing career, he relocated to Milwaukee and began a family. But his basketball knowledge was not wasted. He was Kevon's first youth coach and maybe his most influential. That's why the 104 games played are meaningful to Kevon and Doug. His father has been his support system, and Kevon has consistently improved. We don't know about you, but hearing of kind and loving fathers always makes us tear up. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Kevon can win the MVP title next year? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.